now.
T minus 10?
Good
T
morning.
minus 8?
Good morning, everyone. I've just started the broadcast. We've all been in the green room testing and trying things out. We're still a little bit confused about the use of business hangouts, or at least some of us appear to be confused, and maybe it's me that's the most confused. However, I do want to broadcast for a few minutes this morning to give everyone an opportunity to introduce themselves to within this broadcast, and that's important this morning because we have a newcomer. So I'm going to begin on my right-hand side, which would be everybody else's left-hand side, I think. So Roland, how would you like to introduce yourself and tell us where you are and what you do?
How would I like to introduce myself? You know, that's a puzzling thing because I am transforming as I live here, and I've started out for the last 2 decades. I've been internet marketing of various sorts, and primarily I'm into WordPress and designing the basic campaign of the internet marketing tripod with social media and video links to web design. And so those are the 3 things that I think are most important, and you want to start there. You don't end there, but that's the starting point for most small businesses if they want to take the shortcut. If there is any shortcut, that's probably it. But it is definitely not so much of a shortcut as a plan to start out. So I'm an internet marketer, but I'm transforming into a positive thinking specialist. And I started a new show called What is the Positive? So that's going to be probably getting more than half of my attention as we go into 2016.
Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think your new hangout is this afternoon?
Yeah, for you it's probably this afternoon. For me it's in 2 hours.
Oh.
Or about an hour and a half.
Oh, okay. So, and where are you?
I'm in Southern California, a little town called Rancho Santa Margarita, which they've only recently adjusted web forms to be able to accept the whole name of my city.
Didn't Jimmy Buffett sing a song about that place?
It very well could be. He doesn't live too far away, or at least part of the time. Very possibly. Actually, it was Margaritaville, not quite Rancho Santa Margaritaville. Although, you know, we could interchange that and change the line a little bit. Rancho Santa Margaritaville. Hey, that works. Well.
Right.
Roland?
Yes, sir.
Roland, don't sing.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. I used to have a voice, but after the stroke, it took all of the ability to hit notes away. So.
Well, thank you for taking the time, because I know you're preparing for your hangout. So thanks for joining us, Roland.
I try not to miss this show. This is good stuff.
Thank you. So the next in line is John. And John, this is your first time with us, and I'm so happy you made it. So how would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what you do and where you are?
Okay, well, as you know now, my name's John Dunn, and I'm at a very early stage in entrepreneurship. So I have all these ideas that I haven't really been able to select what is it really I want to do. So that's where I want to start, getting involved in these communities and try to figure out what it is I want to do, because I have so many different interests that it's just, I got to focus, right? That's the key. So I am in Ottawa, Ontario, in Canada, and yeah, I think that's pretty well it for now.
Right on. You don't want to mention the book you've written?
Oh yes.
Oh, sound is gone.
Oh, is it? Is it back yet?
No, from your side, no, John.
Okay, so I'm going to try one more. No, nothing?
There you go. There you go.
Okay. A little bit of a glitch.
Oh. It's gone again.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my camera cable's loose. Is it working now or no?
Yes.
Okay. So you're still able to hear me?
You're dropping in and out.
Okay. It might be the internet. So, yeah, I wrote a book.
Oh.
So if you can't hear me, there's my book.
All right, on. Okay, so I'm so happy you made it, and I do hope that you can become a regular member.
Thank you.
Yeah. So next in line is Jay. Good morning, Jay, and welcome again. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much. Everyone can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to mention that this is actually John's second time here. He's been here about 8 months ago. He was here once talking about his book. So
I don't remember that.
Yeah. I remember he was in here briefly for a hangout. So at any rate, it's Rain Man right here. My name is Jay, and my company is Affiliate Resources, Inc., and I help people just like you get started in the world of online marketing.
Right on. So thank you, Jay. Craig, you're next. And you're muted.
Hi, my name is Craig, and unlike most of the other folks that are over on the West Coast, I'm in Western New York. But I help local businesses get started online and getting an online presence, as well as I do some internet marketing and various other things.
And you're a great helper to help identify online problems.
Well, that's pretty much it. Troubleshooting is one of my my strong points. Yes.
Thanks for coming, Craig. And last but not least, Carlo.
Hello, Carlo Savio, Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a small business, financial, and business management consultant, digitally fluent, self-taught web engineer, and proficient in several online programming languages. I have a small practice here in Las Vegas where I help seniors younger than me compete in the online market.
Aha. And so thank you very much for joining us, Carlo. It's always nice to have you here.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
And I sometimes forget to introduce myself, and I think it will be a very short intro to save my voice. But I do work style, lifestyle coaching. I love working with solopreneurs, helping them get motivated and build systems that help to promote their business. And this being your own CEO Hangout is part of that. It's a way for us all to communicate and experiment and try out and get to know each other and do business with each other, because that has happened periodically in this group. So thank you all for being here. I just might say that this morning we're still experimenting with this hangout, business hangout, and we're curious about how to make it work in the way that we're used to functioning. And basically, I think that's probably all I'm going to share this morning in this broadcast. So I wish you all a wonderful holiday season, winter solstice, Christmas, or Hanukkah, or whatever you do or don't celebrate. It's been an interesting year. I thought it might be interesting for us all to talk about what is our inspiration. But so I don't know. Before I stop the broadcast, anybody have any thoughts about what inspires them besides our furry friends that I see in the sidebar here?
Well, I mean, in
Yes.
terms of for myself, what inspires me is one of the things that I do in my career is I help other people get started in the world of online marketing, and that's through live broadcasts every Friday, and seeing people succeed as a result of the education that's provided to them. That certainly gives me the fuel for my own personal fire to when I see someone else succeed as a result of what I tell them what to do or what not to do. That's pretty awesome. It's a great feeling. So yeah, that's what drives me and inspires me.
Seeing people succeed. Oh boy. Well, how about anybody else? Roland, what inspires you?
Well, this might sound like a cliche spin-off of the word, but what really inspired me this year was, and both of these things are powerful, powerful words, but I learned the difference between motivation and inspiration, and that has inspired me because I strive to give people or to lead them towards their own inspiration and remove the motivation part, because motivation is a struggle. It means that you really don't want to do it, or you're not sure it's going to work, or you have reasons to doubt and you hesitate. So you have to be motivated by something external outside yourself. So motivation is one thing. It's like a bit of a struggle, and there's maybe motivation is strong, but inspiration trumps motivation 10 days out of the 10.
I love that distinction. I've heard you say it before, and I find it a very interesting distinction.
I welcome anyone else to give me any of their views on those two words, because it's part of the science that I am studying and will be presenting on what is positive. We're going to talk about motivation, and we're going to talk about positivity and inspiration.
All right. So, anybody else have something that inspires them?
I think that's a great definition, Roland.
Yeah.
As far as my inspiration, I love to see when people get it, and very similar to what Jay was saying is it makes me feel good when I can give people information that helps them along and get them, when the light bulb comes on, and that's a great feeling for me.
The aha moment.
The aha moment, yes.
A-HA. You know what I was thinking about inspiration yesterday as I was planning for today, and two things came up for me, because this is what we're doing, is experimentation really inspires me sometimes, and learning something new. But as I sit here and really think about clients that I've worked with and so forth, what really what inspires me is if the support that I can give someone gives them the kind of encouragement to make them believe in themselves, that they can move forward. That's the part that really inspires me. Yeah. Carlo, what about you? What inspires you?
It's maybe a little bit off topic, but any day that I can get out of my bed and sit for meditation in the middle of the night without the alarm clock is inspiring.
So you do regular meditation?
For 40 years, by His grace. And the word is much more touchy-feely than the actual act. The actual act is like licking a dry stone.
Say again?
The actual act is like licking a dry stone.
Oh, right.
But the word sounds so touchy-feely. But anyway,
Now we
off topic.
have exactly half the show left where you can spend describing and defining what you just said.
Please no.
I've always wanted to try. I've always wanted to try meditation, but I don't have the patience for it. It's like golf. I have no patience for golf. It's just,
Well, Jay, they say that golf itself can be a great meditation if you get into golf.
oh, it's the complete opposite for me.
Well, so it's
Competitive
like
nature that I have. So
it proves that meditation is for some, but not all. I don't do well with meditation either, but I do spend time deep in thought, which is the closest thing I come to.
yeah,
And so meditation is meant to alleviate the traffic in your brain and narrow yourself down, get yourself calm and relaxed.
yeah.
And no doubt Carlo can give a better definition.
Well, and that's the biggest problem that I have is that my hamster wheel is always running. He never takes a break.
I think that's okay. I think there's not a problem with that. Hey,
yeah.
Nathan's joined us. But anyway,
Okay,
there's not a problem with that as long as your hamster wheel is not also fighting the restrictions that the brain tends to apply to
Right.
your thinking.
Yeah.
And if you're freewheeling and moving forward, that's the most important thing because that's being creative and expressive from your inner self and going out without the inhibitions, without the restrictions, without the friction, and so forth. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, that's neat. Well, it's funny because last year when I was in the hospital for 30 days, I was on a bed for 30 days, and it was just, it was. I didn't think I thought I'd just go mental as a result of that, but I was actually able to pull it off. Mind you, I was sick, so that certainly had an influence on me being there and sitting around and not doing anything. But yeah, it was certainly my brain was going on full speed. But there were times where I was just kind of sitting there looking out the window. I was on the top floor of a place here in Victoria called the Royal Jubilee, which is one of the hospitals here, and beautiful views of the mountain and stuff. And I was able to just kind of peer out there and just kind of sit there and enjoy that and watch that. And so perhaps I was meditating, but I didn't realize that I was doing it. So it was neat. It was actually neat. And I would love to be able to take that type of, whatever you want to call that, and be able to just kind of do it ad hoc, It's like, okay, well, I want to go meditate, so I can go sit somewhere and do that. So that's something that I've always wanted to learn to do. I've tried to do it. I've tried to learn, but I guess my mind is so analytical. So when people are giving me instructions, I'm thinking, okay, so I need to do this. So all right, so I need to let go. So what am I letting go here?
There is a way that you can do it, Jay. The way to do it would be to put yourself back in that state, like go to wherever you need to go to be able to do that.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to do that.
Maybe go back to the Jubilee Hospital if you have to.
Oh, I don't know if I want to do that.
Well, just to help you recapture the feeling, but the point is that once you get there, then you can learn a technique called anchoring, which is something in NLP. And once you learn how to anchor it...
Come on, you guys. The topic is, what do you find inspirational? What inspires you? And Nathan, you weren't there to hear it, but the one person who that was here who hasn't had a chance to say what inspires them is John. So, John, if we can hear you, could you explain to us what inspires you?
Is my mic working now?
Yes.
Yay! Okay. So for me, I'm 45, and I've always had a hard time maintaining regular employment for my own reasons. I'm scattered. I'm up at all hours of the night. So I figured at 45 years old, I'm married, I have a wonderful wife who's been very tolerant of me, but I would like to be able to contribute more to my family. So that's kind of where...
You're fading, John.
My inspiration is my family.
Okay.
Your microphone doesn't work.
Them, yeah.
Yeah, there's something happening. Okay, Nathan, you're the last one in. And I know that just we are broadcasting, and just for you were here before and left and came back. So the final question before I stop the broadcast was to just basically say what it is that inspires us. What inspires you, Nathan?
Well, living here in Mexico is inspiring. And just really, I like it here. It's very different from Canada in one very important respect, something I discovered years ago. For me, Canada is a place where, to me at least, feels very intellectual. When I came to Mexico for the first time, I discovered something that I hadn't noticed or known before. Mexico is a heart-centered country, and I'm a heart-centered person. And when I came here, I felt an instant affinity for the place, which I've felt ever since. So just being here, for me, is inspiring.
Right on. Well, thank you, Nathan. And I could go down a path based on what you just said, but but I promised that we would all say what inspires us, and then I would stop the broadcast so that we can continue what our exploration of this platform. I really need to hear from Jay and Roland how they got in. So I'm going to stop the broadcast now and just say thank you all for being here and for the support that I've received from all of you in this past year. I really, really do appreciate that. So we can reconvene in the new year. Okay, so I'm going to stop the broadcast now. This is Lowell Ann saying so long for now.